Good morning. It is day 107, and today is Mount Katahdin summit day. We are in the Katahdin stream campground, just starting up the AT towards the peak. So we get the last little bits of flat as we walk through the campground. They have just about 41 to 4,200 feet of climbing over about 5.2 miles. So definitely steep, and there's definitely sections that are like bouldery and rock scrambly and stuff like that. So and we're not sure, we're making a decision at the top for whether we're coming back down A-Ball Trail or if we're going to go down the Knife's Edge over to Roaring Brook, and we're kind of make a decision of how we feel at the top. So right now we're jammed up at the hiker registration list, so we will catch you as we go up the summit. It's supposed to be good weather today, although there's a little bit of clouds at the summit right now, so hopefully that'll clear out. See ya. So today it's myself, Orchid, and Orchid's dad is up ahead leading the pack. And Pilgrim and his wife are about 5 minutes ahead of us or so. So we'll catch up with them in a little bit. So both Orchid and Pilgrim will be summiting with family, which is kind of cool. So this is the Katahdin Stream Falls. So we just popped out of the tree line, or just about popped out of the tree line. And this is the view we get so far looking back. Some of those ponds are probably ones we were at yesterday. I'm not sure which ones exactly. A little hazy. Hopefully some of that will burn off as we climb. We have another probably hour or so to go. There's a nice little tiny climb up here. So we're about 3 miles up. Outcrop on the spine. We have Pilgrim and his wife in pink behind him. Looking out. And then basically this that we still have to climb. And then it flattened out briefly. Might be able to go to the right there if you want. So we kind of got to the inflection point. So the steepest section is behind us, and Mount Katahdin Peak is one of those up there. Not 100% sure which one. We suspect it's the far one. We still have a ways to go. But at least now it's flat for a while. And then we have a little bit more climbing at the tail end. But definitely kind of up here in the, it looks like alpine zone, and the day is still hazy, but right now the summit is not socked in. Yesterday the day was clear, but at least in the morning the summit was all socked in with clouds. There's definitely been a bit of a Congo line coming up. A bunch of the faster hikers have passed us, and Pilgrim and his wife are behind us. So, but anyway, to some degree it reminds me of like Mount Washington, just with mostly rocks at the summit. This probably has a little bit more plant life than Mount Washington, but the trail definitely is much better, being more of a gravel path and whatnot. It has a whole slew of lakes, White Cap and stuff is off to the right there in that one of those middle mountain ranges. But all in all, it's not too hot, pretty windy, and coming up here we have a spring in a little bit. We'll top off water bottles and at some point make a decision on how we're coming down. It's definitely been windy and a little bit gusty, so nice edge may not be the best, especially if the wind picks up or gets more gusty. I think a steady wind would be okay, but more gusty wind might be pretty annoying, so we'll see. Anyway, getting closer. And also, you can see now why I really don't want to be up here if there's any kind of a lightning risk, since I think I'm the tallest thing around right now. Not quite at the summit, but here's the flatlands that we just walked through. That's cool, the uplifting clouds. But hopefully we'll still get a little bit of view, but it is super duper hazy, foggy, so we'll get a view of the valley, and that's roughly it.
Hey, what was this concert thing you went to?
So we're up here at the peak of Mount Katahdin, and that's down the nice edge, looking down in the valley. Hey, made it to the top of Mount Katahdin, but only 864.2 miles left to Springer Mountain, plus the approach trail. So, 2 more months. Standing here at the top of Nice Edge, at the fog blasting over the mountain. This just reminds me a lot more of Madison. So we're about halfway down Able Trail, and that trail comes somewhere up along there. Not exactly sure, but still hazy. And we're going down there. So whenever I entered a place with lots of this little like pebbly, sandy stuff, which is very slippery, especially when it's on a rock. Like it's just little bits of gravel. So as I was talking about the tread, another woman came past us and was like, I was so excited to see stairs and flatter trail until I realized it was covered in pellets of death. And so yeah, I like that phrase. It's super slippery, pellets of death. And thanks, Kendra, if you ever see this. We met on Able Trail on Monday the 29th. What'd you do?
Oh boy.
Oh, that was intentional. But you do kind of slide. I'm scaring the front people. So I'll stop.